Let's talk about infrastructure for a second. Sheldon Whitehouse, a colleague of yours again, and someone who, like you, is very focused on climate, had a thread this weekend saying he was worried about the way things are going. Now, obviously, the initial package proposed by the White House is a very, very climate-centered bill. There's lots of great climate stuff in there. I think there's concern that the ongoing negotiations with Shelley Moore Capito of West Virginia and the Republicans would basically strip that climate stuff out. Where does that stand as a climate voter? Folks who are focused on climate, how should they understand where things are in this dynamic process with the climate aspects of that infrastructure package?
Well, it's a great question. And I think everybody who understands what's going on with climate understands that what the scientists are telling us, if we do not act extremely boldly within the next few years, there is no debate about it. The planet we will be leaving to our children and grandchildren will be increasingly uninhabitable and unhealthy. Yet if we act boldly, we can create millions of jobs, transforming our energy system away from fossil fuel, making our homes and buildings energy efficient, moving to the electrification of transportation in America. We have got to do that. But it's not only when we talk about infrastructure, climate, or even roads and bridges, as important as that is. We have got to understand that for the last 45, 50 years, the working class of this country has been decimated. We are the only major country not to guarantee health care to all people. We pay the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. Half of our people living paycheck to paycheck. 500,000 people sleeping out on the street. On and on it goes. This is the moment to create millions of good-paying jobs, rebuilding both our physical infrastructure, dealing with climate, and dealing with the needs of working families and our children and the elderly.
Right. But I mean, I guess the question is, all that stuff, what you said, and I think that you're someone who are very supportive of the ambition that's embodied in the package that was proposed by the White House. I saw very positive words. You're sort of shepherding it through the budget committee. You're on board with this. I just, I don't want to get too caught up in the details of negotiations, but that's kind of where we're at, right? Like, is this basically, are the Democrats going to make the decision at some point that they are going to pass this alone or not? And is that a possibility? And should we have faith that they can get there?
Well, faith, that's a big word for Washington, D.C. But
that is not a reassuring answer, Senator.
It's like if you want a friend, get a dog, something like that. This is what I do think, Chris. These negotiations cannot go on and on and on. In my own view, do I believe that we will have 10 Republican votes to do something significant for physical infrastructure, for climate, for human infrastructure, for healthcare, for education? No, I don't. So I do want to tell you, maybe it'll make you feel a little bit better, that as we speak, we are working hard on a major reconciliation bill, which would combine both Biden's physical infrastructure plans as well as family plan, the human infrastructure as well. We're working on it right now.
Right. Okay, so this is a sort of a weird technical point, but I think since you brought it up, it's worth asking the question. Right? And people bear with me.
Right, here we go.
Well, you're in the U.S. Senate, and this is this is the hand that fate has dealt both of us, Senator, which is this idea that there could be some bipartisan compromise on some stuff that gets passed, and maybe maybe you get 60 votes for that, and then some of the other stuff can go through a reconciliation vehicle. And it sounds like that's maybe a little bit of what's being gamed out when you say that. I just want to confirm that's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I personally believe, that the Republicans are not serious about anything that's significant. Second of all, right. I have my doubt that if you pass something, it will give people an excuse to say, well, we did something, we don't have to do anything more. Exactly. So my own view is for two reasons, mostly for a policy point of view. People are hurting. We got to deal with infrastructure. We got to deal with climate. We got to deal with the high cost of prescription drugs. Yep. We ought to expand Medicare for dental and hearing aids and vision, et cetera. But you want to hear something else? From a political point of view, as you well know, Chris, history is against us retaining the House and the Senate. In the last 21
Gotta move
elections,
fast.
in 19 cases, the opposition party has won seats. We cannot afford to lose seats. You want to gain control of the House and the Senate? Do something bold that helps working families.